Hi, my name is Bonnie Furlong, and this is my daughter Ellie, who has so willingly agreed to be my guinea pig for this. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started, and I'm going to try to explain to Ellie the movements that we're studying this week. So the first movement is flexion and extension. So flexion is basically the bending of a joint.
Okay.
So you can try, this would be flexion. So it's the bending of a joint. Also, you could do flexion with your shoulder socket here by going up like this.
Okay.
This would be flexion. Now the other movement is extension, and that movement is the straightening of the joint. So just like in flexion, when you go up and your shoulder joint goes up, extension is actually the straightening of a joint.
Okay.
So when you think of your shoulder joint flexing, this is bending.
Okay. And it's straight.
And when it's straight, it's extending.
Okay.
Another way you can think of flexion is kind of like you would think of a baby, like in the fetal position. So when you think of a baby in the fetal position, like what would you think of? What would you do?
I don't know.
Like, oh, just guess. Like, what would you? Like a baby curled up, sleeping, like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's flexion, because in the, like when you do this, like your joints are bending.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other one we're going to talk about is abduction and adduction. So abduction is when you move the limb away from your body. So what might that look like?
Like that?
Yeah, that's abduction. And adduction is when you put the limb close to your body.
Okay.
So what would that look like if I say adduction?
Adduction.
Yeah.
Back down.
Right. Then we have protraction and retraction. So protraction and retraction are going to be in the posterior part of your body, and especially you're engaging your scapula, which is your shoulder, and your shoulder blade. And so when I say protraction, you're going to use this back, your scapula, your shoulder blade, your shoulder bone. You're going to move it forward. So protraction. And then retraction, you're gonna move it backwards. When you do that, you're gonna pinch your shoulder blades together.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's retraction. The other movement is called circumduction. You might have done this before in PE.
Okay.
And it's like, have you ever done arm circles?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Volleyball.
show me arm circle. Yeah, for volleyball. Yeah. So that's circumduction.
Okay.
So you're moving this shoulder joint again. Now rotation is when we're going to do a movement, like we can do it like this with our neck. That can be rotation. We could also do it with our hips. That can be rotation.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have supination and pronation. So supination is a position of palms up.
Okay.
And one way we can try to remember this is supination, soup, like when you eat soup.
Yeah.
Right? So when you eat soup, I know you're not like this, but you're not like this either, or it'll pour out. So supination is, palms up. And then pronation is, what do you think?
Down.
Yeah, is palms down. Then the other movements we have are dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. So if you can sit down for this
Okay.
one, because we're going to use your ankle joint to do this movement. So dorsiflexion is when you move your ankle or your foot up. Right. And then plantar flexion is when you move it down. Point down. Yeah, like that. So I hope that helped, and thank you, Ellie, for being a good sport.